think we're live now, Joe.
Okie doke.
Now, here's the thing. Well, actually, the ES went up to that fork. I had that bot running all night. It missed the entry by a tick.
In which one?
ES.
Oh, okay.
I had Remember we were saying? I think what did you say? 69 and a quarter. I said 69 or something. I said it for 69. This bot
To buy it or to sell it?
to sell. If it got up to anywhere between 69 68 and 69 and had certain order flow elements, it would automatically sell.
Uh huh.
It had those order flow elements, but during the tick up to 70 and a quarter, which was one tick outside the band, so it didn't sell up there.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
It is what
How's your
it
fork
is.
looking on that?
Oh, I'll show you it.
Let's,
There it is.
uh-huh.
It just started, you know? It
Mm-hmm.
looks like if it stops up here, it's going to go all the way up to this part.
Okay.
If this closes up here, it's going to keep flying higher.
Do we have an 8:30? Let me check the calendar.
Do we have an 8:30? We have an 8:30 number, sub? 7, yeah, 8:30, yeah. 8:30 Central Time, yes. I mean, it's Eastern Coast, yes. And a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock number.
Oh, we got oil today?
Oil at 9:30. Yeah, you 10:30 your time. There's a trade in the yen right now.
Okay, let me go to the yen. What do you got in the yen?
Right here. Do I need to go assist on there still? Oh, that's you.
That's me, yeah, so I can see it in real time then.
Okay. I'm just trying to shut shit off that I don't need. Did you see the yen?
I see it.
It
So
could
what's
work.
the trade?
Get long.
So if this bar closes up, you'd call that with separation?
We're already in it.
Oh, you're already in it.
Yep. We're long from 62. Right here. There might be a sell in the oil if it closes right. Let me put up the oil up in here,
Hmm.
but it doesn't look like it. Oh, look at this pound. On the pound, there's a loop trade.
pound there's a loop trade.
Uh
What
huh.
is a loop trade?
I'm going to show you. That's why I bring it up.
Funny you should ask.
Uh, are you seeing it yet? Are you got
Yeah,
pound?
I see. Yeah, I see the pound.
See how it came here and then just looped around.
Uh huh.
And then, these are trades. They're not a high percentage trade, but we do them,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Okay, let's go to the pound on my side. Yeah, I had a bit of a sweep in the order book at 6:11 my time.
See, I might get stopped out, but we'll see.
So you are in the pound?
In the pound already, in the
Yeah.
yen already. Do we want to go through a certain process of what we start, how we do the forks yet, or do you
Ab-
want?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think this should be morning. Are there any economic announcements? Any follow up from the stuff from yesterday? To touch on briefly, to say that we're going to talk about it, like, oh, that fork, the ES, it finally made its way up there. Then a walkthrough of all the markets, and then a deeper dive into whatever needs to be deeper dive, and then we'll see how that kind of like format fits, and then
Okay.
iterate from there. If you watch the news, they say, hey, here's the news coming in. This is what's coming at you. They
Yeah.
never dump right into it.
Don't want to be a bunch of hunk of shit either, like the news.
Me neither, but it's good. I find, like, from a psychological, for people to ingest it, they get a point of orientation, so they know where they're starting from. Otherwise, they
Okay.
may feel scattered. Like, I used to do software demos, and I would watch other people do software demos. And some guys would have the software open up, and they'd say, "Here, this is where you right click." But a lot of people learn better if you just started at the desktop and you went to the start button and then launched the software,
Oh
then
yeah,
showed them where to click it. So you always need a point of orientation.
that makes sense. So tomorrow, why don't we? I'll start out and we'll just do each product. We'll go through the forks. How about that?
Okay.
Because you know, we've already gone through them. We've done everything already. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
yeah. And then what I'm trying to do is set up is get the video from the day so then we could email that. That's the easiest thing. Instead of, like, I was trying to write up the trades and all that. That takes forever. It's not going to happen. But I'm like, oh, I'll just take the video, write a blurb about the video, and then email the video to the list. Say, this is what happened today. Please review. They could do their own homework and
Exactly.
show up tomorrow. But I couldn't get that out yesterday, so that's why. And that's what we'll try to do again today.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, on the other server, when we were I don't know if you recall, when we were sending off for cash cow trading, that thing was saving every day. The settings I checked are the same between the two accounts, so I don't really understand where we're missing that file. But uh,
There's always a button.
there's always a button. So, I'll tell you what, can we go back to ES?
Sure. We're back to ES.
My friend ES. Mira. So
He's using it, so go ahead.
yesterday we had a potential short up here if it went up. Now you got this up fork. It breached through your line. You're saying if it bounces off of here, this is the stronger fork. We're looking for the trade to go up here.
Well,
Is that
look at
current thinking?
yeah. Look at the. It's like a loop again. See how it just came
Yeah.
into there and looped over?
Mm-hmm.
But the issue, this is a middle line. Middle lines are really hard to read. They're easier on the bottom and the top, but the middle lines is the tough read. You got a long. I still have troubles with them at times.
It's funny because I know like a lot of levels traders, and they'll say the same thing. The middle of the range, all bets are off. Who the fuck knows?
Well,
But give me
yeah,
the low and the high range, I have a much higher probability. And you
correct,
use called fork. Range fork is interchangeable.
correct. I mean, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means that you need to really understand how it works.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Now, would you consider toggling some other forks on or off, like that one from? It looks like V1. I can't really tell. I think of V1, a fork from there.
Show me what you're talking about.
Is this toggle?
Yeah, you can have one from there. Absolutely. I'll show you. Watch.
Uh-huh.
So, if you're, I think right now those are the ones that are working. So, do you see my? Do you see the
Oh, the
cal?
chart properties. I
Yeah.
see it over here. The cal. What do you call cal farms? I'm going to navigate over to it. I saw it somewhere. There it is up here. All right, I see your cal farms.
Okay. Now watch. So, go to. No, there's nothing. There's nothing, Bill.
Nothing.
I mean, even in short, see the small one there, that red one that's coming up on it?
Yeah.
That's the one that's the best right now.
Okay.
I'm surprised my calc farms don't show up on the thing screen. Why doesn't that show up there?
Because we configured it so it would only do the chart, and this way we would not inadvertently block stuff that people didn't see. Calparms.
Ah,
We're probably going to need to give a window to Calparms and a button there. Figure that out so that people go, oh, that's how they do it. Got it.
okay.
Take some notes now. So we got pound, long, yen, long,
The pound,
ES,
the pound,
jury's out, right?
the pound is already giving you almost 10 ticks.
Uh-huh. Okay. Pound long, ES, jury's out. We. So would you say you're waiting for separation on ES, or you're waiting for?
On which one? The S&P?
Yeah. Yeah, the S&P.
The entry on the pound was at 24. 24 you put. Yeah, so, 6, 7, 8. There, the pound's almost giving you 10 ticks right now. You see that, pal?
I'm looking on my chart. Let's see. Let me get the. Wait, something's blocking over here. Bear with me. I've got some stuff. Too many things open that I can't navigate. All right, I'm back at the pound. Yeah. So if let's walk through this, the pound.
Sure.
Just comparing your stuff to my stuff.
Okay.
I had on my time at 6:11, 5:11 your time. I had a sweep of the order book.
Okay.
And then at 6:37 my time, I had like what I would call incongruent behavior, asymmetrical behavior in the order book. That would have, if I had the bot on that early, I would have been firing at 22.
Yeah. We got in at 24.
20,
It should go all the way up to this line right here, where this
oh,
confluent,
yeah,
which is
got it.
46 ish. It would be your first resistance.
So this is something that lines up well with me because I have also like, if you look at like the engulfing bars that Stewie likes, I got an engulfing bar over here on the 8 that would have said, yeah, you're fine to get in at 24, which is exactly your number. And then I'd be fine too. And where's your stop? My stop would have been at 15. Where's your stop?
The stop would have been 16, 15.
Yeah, so the same, we're coming at it the same way. So you got your ass into work early this morning, right?
Yes,
Okay.
because I saw the. I don't look at my emails during the day after 12.
Uh huh.
So when you send them, and then I sometimes at night I'll look at them, and then I'll see that you sent an email. I try to respond to you, but I'm at home by then.
That's fine.
So I'm
I
just
just
get.
put that out there so you had awareness of what was going on. There's no need to respond or do anything, but I just wanted to have like operational awareness. Oh, these things are going on in the background
Well, that's why I wanted to come in a little earlier.
to
You
make
know,
some money,
make
make some
some.
baksheesh, man.
Absolutely.
So I would have been able to tell, like, if you said, Carl, I'm watching the pound at any time after 6:19, I would have said, getting long down here is the zone for us. And then 6:19, that would be 5:19 early your time. Still would have been on the boards. That's really fascinating the way those two things. So, at what point, if you went back historically, if you said, "Oh, I'm sitting in front of my pound chart," whether you got in the office then or not, like the historical stuff stays. Would you have said, "Oh, this is of interest to me"?
As a trade, you mean what we're
Yeah.
looking? Of
Like,
course.
oh shit, I'm waiting for separation. Like, at what point?
Yes.
Oh fuck, I'm waiting for separation.
Yeah, absolutely. I always watch how it closes. So, and then I'll see what fork's working. The issue with this two things is see how this on the pound up here. Here you had your first test. See it?
Yeah,
Okay. Now if it comes up here, see this cross?
yeah,
That's a
that's his own.
that's a confluing line. So it gets up in here. As the bars go over, here's gonna be. Is it gonna close? So is this blue one back in charge, or is the red one still back in charge? And you still have this big yellow one. So that there's the. You're just trying to see, you know, what's kind of going on.
Mm-hmm. The war of the forks is going to come up over here. I've seen that before, like with buying and selling. Like they go at it, and then one is pronounced the winner, and off it goes.
Well, that's what you got to pay attention to see which one's working. Where that's where your order flow comes into play a lot
Yeah.
because you could say, look, I wouldn't be selling here. It looks like more of a buy. Well, this closes with separation. Oh, well, I don't know. It takes a little bit less downing what you're looking, which fork's working, and that's
So
the. Go ahead.
I want to walk through some of these bars. Right here is a pivot low.
Yes.
A fork may have formed there, right?
Yes.
Then you would have had this that over here in real time. This may have gone off the fork. Would you have considered taking that one?
No.
No, because it's not
Why?
higher than this or
No. No.
something.
No. 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 See how this is. I'm taking it back. See how these two like consolidated here,
Yeah,
and then how that closed and then came straight back down and
yeah.
touched and then closed. That's a loop. This other shit is bullshit.
My eye. This looks a little cleaner to me. Like that does look cleaner. This, and actually, that's a good word for it. How do I make this wider?
Here, I'll
There.
make it whiter for you.
No, it's okay. I should learn how to use your machine because I'll be dialing in. But that is very clean
You see how it looks different?
because
That's just horse shit.
this
And
is quite responsive, back and forth, in and around.
well,
Here, this is the order book. Like everybody changing their minds. Like you're done here. Boom, up, immediate back, but it doesn't pierce the low.
now watch. Okay, let me show you something. Let me put the. Okay, that's a 55 kelp. Now watch when you go slower, smaller.
Uh-huh.
Now it shows you a whole different picture, right?
Yeah.
What's really playing here? Well, on smaller forks, it's not as strong. So you go to 13. Let's see what 13 shows. Still, it's just kind of showing shit, right?
Right.
Now you go to 34. Now you're starting to see what's going on.
Okay.
You see the bigger fork. So
Yeah.
when you get rid of all the horse shit, now how does it look? You see what I mean?
It's very clean.
That's kind of what you look for.
That's very clean. Yeah. And the order flow is all clean coming through. Like each bar, as it evolved in this move up, the order flow is clean. Now I would be my bot would have I don't know, it depends where it got in, but it probably would have been flat by now. Your targets tend to be longer than mine, but we'd be flat.
Well, that's what I'm trying to show you. Now,
Yeah.
show you the cleanness of this thing.
That's really nice, Joe. Like I'll send you my chart. Really fucking nice here. Oops.
Why can't I get this? Oh, there you are. Now look, see the X
Uh
right
yeah.
here? X,
Uh-huh.
X marks the spot.
Right.
So as this each bar closes, it's got switching over. So right here should be resistance at 46, 47.
Yeah.
You know, at
Very,
46, 47, you've already made 20 ticks.
yeah, very reasonable.
Very
Yeah,
reasonable.
very reasonable target.
You know, and now is the red one in charge? You know what I
You know,
mean?
we will find out, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of the fork.
Um, I'll be back in like 1 minute. Bear with me a second.
All right.
Sorry about that, Joe. I had to jump on something. Are
Not
you
a
on mute?
not
Oh.
yeah, not a problem. I'm speaking to you on the mute.
Let me send you a screenshot of. I'm going to clean something up here because I have old. The one thing, like I'm firing Sierra, which doesn't have the auto forks, which sucks. So let me try to put your fork on manually. It looks like I could do that around here. Boom. You're running an 8. That's the one? And I'm running an 8.
What are you talking about? Oh, 8 tick
Yeah.
the 7.
That's a 7 tick?
Yeah, yeah.
Mira. No way. Really?
Yeah. No, you're right. It's an 8. I apologize. I was looking at the wrong thing.
The forks run a little different.
I'm gonna have to go to the washroom. Let me call you. Right, I'm just gonna put you down for a second, okay?
All right, yeah, I'm going to set this chart up anyway.
All
No
right,
deal.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Point 0.9. 0.009.
I'm back.
He's back. All right, I almost have this chart ready.
Boy, you're taking a long time.
I know. I want to make it pretty. I want to be pretty for you.
As you notice, we're still in the end. It's just sitting there. Now, the issue becomes when it gets close to 7:30 to make a decision to stay in that or not to stay in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, so that's the important part of it.
Mira. All right, almost there. Okay.
Uh oh, what was that?
Where?
It went boing.
Oh, that's it. The chart I just sent you.
Oh, you did send it? Okay.
Yeah. You'll notice there was a 3 down there.
Uh, let's
You
see.
gotta. No, don't hide it. Yeah, that. Click that back, and then there's a scroll bar. They make it very difficult for your Skype to find shit. You gotta go down here and then scroll down.
Oh, there it is.
They're really, sometimes they're brilliant, but like, it's,
Okay.
right. So let me walk you through. Right, you're coming down here at this point, which was 5:11 in the morning your time. I've got a 3. Three's great, you know.
Uh huh.
Um, moved up. See this here? This is something I built recently called book pressure.
Okay.
If you'll notice here, and this book pressure is more of an intra bar reading. It's very fragile data. It's stuff that's happening in the book intra bar. Where is the pressure? Can I see pressure in the book prior to price moving? Right? Because changes in price are predicated on changes in supply and demand. So in terms of what happens first, there's a change in supply and demand before a change in price.
Okay.
If you'll notice, when it came down here and made this puppy, the highest book pressure out of all these was down here. So there was buying pressure in the book here. You also had a sweep in the book here. So hey, it looks like bottomishy. Like, is that the low? Who knows? But it's indicative of low-like behavior. So now I'm ready to go in the water or something like that. But until I get something like this, I'm like, I'm not in the zone yet. You have zones using your Forex. I have zones using book, order book stuff. So when those two worlds collide, that's amazing. Just like this. So then, bink, 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 bink. Here's the right shoulder with some order book stuff. Could have fired here at the close of this bar, or here on this engulfing, which is where you got in, right? You got in
Correct.
off of there,
Correct.
and then you could see it was clean. This is pretty clean going up,
Right.
in and out.
Now, two things have just happened.
Yeah.
If you look at the pound right now and the yen, I got stopped out of the yen, and I also got stopped out of the pound because we moved to scratch on the rest of it.
Oh, so you took part of the pound off and then moved the
Yeah,
rest?
moved to scratch, but then moved it up to 10 ticks, and then in 24. In actuality, if you stick it until 24, you know,
That's
it,
perfect.
then it all comes down to what how much you risk you want to do the risk. The yen you got stopped out on.
A perfect trade the pound. Perfect trade the pound. This is biz. I think that this is generally a business of hitting singles. And then
Yes, basically.
there was my home run. Great. I'm a rock. You know what? I find hitting a home run is not being about a rocket scientist. It was just a lot of it was just consistently being in the right place at the right time with good risk management. And when it happened, you were ready for it, or your position was ready for it.
Correct. Correct.
Everybody likes to think, oh, I bought the low. I'm so fucking brilliant. No, you schmuck. Don't buy the low.
Yeah. Well, it's not. What it is what does your method tell you? That's the
Yeah.
key. If you're following your method, you're not supposed to get out until it hits the line. You got your stop is moved to scratch because you want to move to scratch. In actuality, you shouldn't move to scratch. You should be at that 10 tick low
Hmm.
underneath that stop. That's where you should be. But, us being hate giving money back or, money management comes into play. You have to, take what's there. You know what I mean? And 10,
And
15, 20, 30 ticks, that's a lot of money.
every trader has to do their own due diligence on what their risk management is. You can say these are good guidelines, but everybody has different capital requirements. Capital availability. Everybody has different amount of time to allocate. Like how much time you have to trade also is a factor in your stop losses. Like,
Correct.
you may not want to leave that position and go out and do whatever if you have a job or someone else. Or you may be like, I don't care, leave it on. I could care less. Everybody's got to look at that. But I find it's better to scratch out that stuff and free up your mental cycles for the next one.
And you got really important is when you put a bad trade on, don't let it affect your next trade.
Yeah. So, like, just for your trading and my trading, we, we talk in the mornings now. Like, in the mornings we talk around now. We should work through this communication via Skype or whatever, just so you could say, "Oh, I'm in the zone," and I'm like, "Oh, I don't have a sweep yet." "Oh, I have a sweep. Are you in the zone?" "Oh, yeah."
Exactly. The give and take that we're going to try to create between the both of us is going to be important.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I really like the way my stuff lines up with your stuff.
It is nice.
All right, so we got the pound now. We got that.
Now
CL
there's
is probably
now
going to.
now
You said
there's
they're.
a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now there's something that we've really created on these forks is the reverse. But that's you're getting advanced on it. You got to make sure that that's an 80% trade.
Okay.
So now why am I getting high CPU stuff?
Probably because we're recording to your machine. It's a little bit too much. You see this? You're running at 84% of your CPU down here. So if
Okay.
you need a bounce, there's really, you generally like to throttle between like, 20%, 30%, whatever. So if you need to bounce up, there's plenty of overhead. Right now, there's very little overhead if it needs to jump on something. We
So
got the Skype going, e-signal. i7's a different machine. I'm surprised. What else? Do you have other stuff going? Not
uh,
really. Just Skype, e-signal. Oh, we also have right, we have the go-to in there. A lot of shit going. So we'll notice if things go awry, we'll shut down something.
right.
Probably
Uh,
the video recording.
how many people are listening in?
I gotta go look. Probably none. Let's see. Um, Bear with me. I'll go over there and find out. Hold on, I can't seem to find it. Stream March 15th at 4:53 a.m. 72 views. Live streaming. Come out now. Nobody's watching. Now the thinking is, hopefully, it'll auto record this, and we can then email this out tonight, and then start to use that as fodder for tomorrow.
Perfect.
Alright, so Joe, can we do like a once review now of like where we're standing on ES and crude?
Sure, whatever you like. All right, so the pound, the trade has been made. It
Mm-hmm.
was we got up to 40, so we got 16 total ticks into it. We we moved it to scratch from 64 from 24 to 40. I was at 18. Seven. That's 16 ticks. Um, we moved to scratch, which is money management. Then we've trailed it up. We kept a tighter stop, so we made a total of 10 ticks on that pound.
Uh-huh.
Okay, on the yen, we got stopped out, and the S&P is we have not done anything because there has been no close with separations. It's just sitting there. And the oil, we have done nothing also on that trade, so we're just sitting on both of those.
So the outlook for oil. Oh wait, I'm getting an echo. All right, I think the echo's gone. The outlook for oil is you're watching the slop line, right?
Yeah, it just started a slop line. Let me get the oil up there for you.
And then knowing we got a number today,
You gotta just be careful.
you got to be careful.
And I think that covers everything we've done.
Okay, awesome.
So we'll see you tomorrow if you want, and then we'll go start from a different way where I'll do each market and do the forks with you.
Okay, that'll be perfect. And then tomorrow, or I may dial in later and see if that video got stored. Once you stop this, it should create a video on your machine, and your CPUs will come back.
Well, I'm going to stop it now. I'm going to stop
Yeah.
recording in
Yes.
about 2 seconds here.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to shut some stuff off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Do I exit out of it, or I could just leave it down there underneath on the bar?
You can close it off completely. I didn't see if you shut it. If you turn the, let's see. I can see from over here. Yeah, just close. You can close it completely.
So, if I come over here again, you're watching my machine right now, right?
Kind of, but I think I'm on the wrong monitor. All right, there I am.